Hey everyone, I'm Steph.
And I'm Richard. Question today from PK143. Hi guys, I love watching your Like It videos. You give great insight for people like me who hope to teach there. I was wondering if you can explain how safe or unsafe it is living there. I'm a white female in college right now, and I'm hoping to teach there when I graduate, but I had concerns being that I would most likely be by myself. A lot of people do come here by themselves, don't they?
For sure. You came here by yourself. I came here by myself. A lot of people come here by themselves.
When I came here to teach in 2002 by myself, I was met by a friend at the airport who was already teaching here.
Lucky you.
And that made a big difference. It made a huge difference because then that person went with me to my new place of residence, made sure that I knew where the corner store was and just how to do a couple of basic things the first night, first couple days. If you don't have that, you either have a Korean who owns the school or a representative from the school that meets you at the airport or tells you where to go, or there's a lot of actually different ways you could come here.
I actually ended up finding my hotel following directions on a piece of paper directing me what taxis and buses to take and what to tell them.
So you didn't actually go to your house when you first came here, you were in a hotel for the first week.
I was in a hotel for the first week.
So she's a female, but she didn't say, is it safe for females? She just says it's safe or unsafe in general. So I guess we could cover both for women and for people in general. Because as it is, I'm a man, and do I feel safe? I think this is one of the safest countries in the whole world.
I think generally across the board, it is a fairly safe place to be for actual, like, physical safety.
What do you mean?
What I mean is you don't have guns here. You have very few knife in fights and incidences. There's not as high of a homicide rate or anything else like there are in other countries. For example, we're from the USA. It's a lot safer here than it was in my university town. I want to be honest, and I am being honest. In general, Korea is a very safe place overall. But as a woman in Korea, Korea is not such a safe place.
It is so different for women and men here in terms of safety that it's not even funny.
30 to 40% of women experience sexual harassment in the workplace. 2/3 of women are afraid on a regular basis. Every student that I have had that's a female student, when I ask them about safety in Korea, yes, some of them are maybe a little bit overthinking things, but everybody is like, oh, it's dangerous, never take a taxi alone by yourself at night. You talk to people about being a foreign woman, every foreign woman that I have talked with at length has been harassed in some way, shape, or form, whether it's unwanted attention, guys grabbing their tits or their ass when they're not looking, sexual harassment by bosses or fellow co-workers. It's disgusting.
These are the things that don't want to get talked about here. To tell the truth, which it sounds like you're doing, which we both intend to do, it's not easygoing to listen to necessarily.
Which is why I don't want to talk about it, because I do want to promote Korea in the best light, because I do love this country and I do love this place, but it's one of the things that this country has that really bothers me. And this isn't to say that I didn't experience this growing up in the US either, because harassment does occur, especially in middle schools and high schools in the USA. It's commonplace. But in Korea, yeah, I've been stalked, I've been harassed, I've been
sexually harassed.
No, I haven't been raped in this country. That's a great thing that I can say, but I know people who have. And
foreigners?
Both.
Foreigners and Koreans.
Yes. And this is one thing that has changed and is better, is that there are more people that are actually divulging it to police and reporting things and incidences to police, because traditionally it's a very Confucianist society, and I hate to say anything negative about Confucianism, but for a long period of time they considered women less than human. There was a point in time where any violence against women, like rape, wasn't against the woman, but was against her virginity. Or not her virginity, her, her chastity.
Chastity.
It hasn't been a culture that has always loved and supported women as much as I would like to say that Korea has.
The law is protecting women more and more here. That is the truth. This place tries to model itself after the US. Laws prohibiting sexual harassment in the workplace and other places in public do protect women if women are in fact coming forward and reporting such events. So when do you feel safe? When do you not feel safe? Like, where are you going when you feel safe and you don't feel safe?
For me, if it's just the local neighborhood, I generally feel pretty safe.
Like around here?
Around here.
Well, that's
also,
good since we live here.
Also, some of like the busier areas, I actually feel pretty safe there as well.
Give me an example.
Hwasung Station, the main station.
Lots of people there.
There's lots of people there.
Lots of cameras shining down on the sidewalks and in the streets.
Exactly. I actually feel pretty safe walking around Hongdae, for example, by myself.
Hongdae's got a lot of young people and a lot of girls go there, whether they're by themselves in groups of 2 or 3 or with their friends.
I mean, I feel safe walking around Gangnam by myself. Dongdaemun, like all the big popular areas where there's a lot of people, I feel a lot safer just because there's more witnesses.
Okay, so where do you not feel safe then?
For me, it's walking to and from different places. Like walking to the station, there's some streets that are a little bit quieter, and though I try to stay in the lit areas.
We live a 15 to 20 minute walk from Suwon Station, and so in between here and there is no danger for me whatsoever. Nobody is ever gonna mess with me, but could it happen to you? It could.
It could. If I had to say, just walking around Korea, I feel a lot safer than I would just walking around back home in the USA most of the time.
Explain what happened to you at the bus stop the other day.
Oh, I was standing at the bus stop and I was sitting down, so nobody really knew I was there because being the white Weigukin with bright purple hair, I tend to stand out, so I had a hat on and I was just hanging back.
Now, was this during the daytime?
This was during the daytime. It was about 4:30 or 5 o'clock. And it was
in the afternoon.
In the afternoon, and it was a very busy bus stop. And I got up to look to see when my bus was coming, how many minutes until it would arrive. And I caught the eye of an older Korean man who decided that he was just going to stare at me for constant ever, even though I like glared him down, it still didn't matter.
And that freaked you out a little bit. He just kept his eyes on you after you felt uncomfortable and you didn't want to have him looking at you anymore.
Yeah, so I ended up getting on the wrong bus.
What do you mean you got on the wrong bus?
Well, I just hopped on the next bus to get out of the situation.
You just got on a bus to get out? You didn't tell me that.
Well, I knew it was a familiar number. Like, it was a number that I knew I had seen before.
Anyways, the guy was making you feel uncomfortable, you just got on the next bus.
Yeah.
Did you feel better?
I did. And then I got frustrated because then I ended up in the middle of nowhere and had to take a different route.
Right, but wouldn't you rather that be the case than the alternative where some crazy scenario could happen where the man was like, you know, I don't know, like following you around, or like, so say like a lot of people got on the bus and then you were the only one there left with him, you're still waiting for your bus, and then boom.
I don't want to think about those scenarios, so don't even put those into my head.
I'm not trying to put them in, you know how I think though.
But it sucks. It sucks to be in a situation where you have to constantly be proactive, which is why I like to go places with friends, or you.
I get the feeling that this place, especially for older men, is sexually repressed, and that's where some of this comes from.
Really, I want to say, like, Korea is generally pretty safe.
When I first came here, I thought this place was perfectly safe for men and women, Korean, foreign, doesn't matter. And that's looking at this place through the lens of a man. Now that I am with you every day and I take our life into consideration when I think about what we are going to do out in public, if we're gonna go somewhere, or if I'm gonna go somewhere by myself, or if you're gonna go somewhere by yourself, and I am not comfortable anymore letting you go out when it's dark, unless it's just like down the street to the store, which is just a block away. It's not that it's not safe, it's that anything is possible. So even though it's mostly safe, there's a small chance that something could happen. During the daytime, you're really fine, I think, but at nighttime?
I don't think it's any safer in the daytime or at the nighttime. I think that in this country, because I was stuck during the daytime, if you can avoid walking alone, walk in lit areas.
But that's the question that she's asking is, I'm gonna be alone, is it gonna be okay?
So as a university student though, if you're coming here alone, you'll probably meet other people who are going to be more than welcoming and more than willing to take you in and teach you the ins and outs and everything that you need to know to be comfortable and happy.
If you're coming as a student, but if you're coming as a teacher, you're coming by yourself, right?
Possibly, but...
Most likely.
Most likely, yes. But generally, most teachers that I know have kind of formed like little cliquish
Yeah,
groups.
but if they come in the beginning by themselves, and what if you don't make any friends right away? And what if you're working at a school that only has you as a foreign teacher or 2 foreign teachers and you don't get along with that other teacher? You either have to hope that you can make friends with a Korean, or you gotta go online and try and make friends that way. Like, how else are you gonna make friends? Someone's either gotta gotta take you under their wing, or you have to go online, or you have to hope that your school has other teachers that you get along with.
More than anything, most people that I know who have come here as teachers have quickly been able to make friends, especially if they try, if they take that step out. If you're religious, go to a religious community like a church or a temple. There's a lot of like different get-togethers.
A lot of language exchange meetings that foreigners and Koreans do to try and help each other learn the languages. That's popular. You can find that online.
Some of the major teaching programs actually connect you with teachers when you first get here. Like my first week here, I was actually alone, but everyone was alone and there was about 12 of us in a group. At least you had somebody to go with for dinner. So that's it for today's life in Korea.
Yeah, what's it like in your country as a man or a woman if you're watching this? Do you ever feel danger when you're out in public, or do you go anywhere where you don't necessarily feel 100% safe? Let us know in the comment section below. If you have a question you'd like us to answer about Korea, drop us a note in the comments as well, or in the comment section on our blog, or we have a Facebook page, facebook.com/Hallyu Back. Drop us a note on our wall there.
Like this video, give it a big thumbs up, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for awesome life in Korea and Asian drama reviews.
That's it for today's Life in Korea. Experience it! Ever hear of the gas face?
No.
The gas face.